All right. We're live. So, been working on some stuff behind the scenes. Actually, I don't know if anyone who's not in the chat is watching now, but for those who may be re-watching this stream, if you're catching us live, join the Bad Luck Gamer official Discord down below, because one thing I'm going to start doing is for certain sections of the game where a map just doesn't accurately represent what I'm trying to visually describe, and for the people who have just a problem with imagining things, like people with aphantasia, if you go to the Bad Luck Gamer and you go to whatever game is currently running, that game will have a visual aids section where I will be posting artwork that represents what I'm trying to describe. I won't be doing it live on stream because I want to respect the artists and not advertise their work or show it without any explicit permissions, nor do I have the time to message literally everyone beforehand. But check it out down there and you can see, a representation of what I'm trying to describe. And this is also a way that you can all kind of join us along for the journey. So with that, where we left off last time, you guys have just settled into your new home. Ah, that reminds me. I have your new home.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Oh, I don't have the... 1 second. I knew there was something I was forgetting. I sit down and make series of maps in a row, and sometimes I do it for like more than 4 hours. So sometimes I forget to add it to my Roll20. So 1 second. I also need to get the dimensions so I can put it in properly. So while I'm doing that, how have you guys been? How's the last week been for you?
Uneventful.
It's been good. I'm on vacation. Nice to get away from work for a little while.
I've been working to actually find your job. I have my second interview tomorrow. Just got the call today.
Kind of terrible for me. I'm suffering from WEED withdrawals. Didn't want to say it in case Twitch bans you or something, but I slept like 9 hours in a period of 3 days.
Too much sleep, if you ask me.
That's why I'm not asking you.
Well, I answered anyway. I was comparatively fine.
Sorry, I fucked up my map.
RIP map.
Actually, thinking about it, literally the only things of note I've done this week is work on finding a job and play Devil May Cry 5. That's all I've done.
Sounds like a good week.
Worthwhile pursuits.
I
Agreed.
finally started playing the Virgil DLC, and good God, is he fun. Good fucking God.
I really need to do that. Man, I've... There's too many games that have been out.
He is fucking nuts. He is.
Yeah, I imagine. It's Virgil. It's Virgil. He's always nuts.
I'm just working to like grind some of the fucking currency so I can level up his shit. But yeah, his campaign is literally just playing through all the levels of Devil May Cry, but you're just playing as Virgil now. There's like no cutscenes.
Yeah.
I was hoping like the boss cutscenes would be really funny. Like fucking Behemoth jumps down and is like, oh shit, Virgil? He's like, yeah, I'm just gonna kill you now. Been too much of a break. I need to relearn all my Dante combos.
Yeah, it can be rough.
Gotta get that fucking precision. Gotta get my training or my instincts for Royal Guard back up, so I can block everything.
Never played a single Devil May Cry game.
Yeah, it's a good
You're
time.
missing out.
No idea what you're talking about.
Play 3, 4, or 5. Want a good time?
What about 1 and 2?
Those don't.
Why?
One is just one's aged a little too much. It's just like because it was meant to be a Resident Evil game. So imagine like an action like beat 'em up, but with the camera and like controls of not controls per se, but like the camera and angles of Resident Evil, like old Resident Evil. And then 2 is edgelord Dante, and it's not fun because Dante is a little fucking lame edgelord. 3, 4, and 5 are really fun, have really fun characters, and the stories enjoyable to watch.
I have to
Okay,
say,
okay.
4 Dante is my favorite Dante.
I'd say big like 4 and 5. I like 5 a bit more. I like some of the shit he says in 5, but 4 Dante is very good.
I've also never played a Resident Evil game, so I can't imagine it.
Just fixed camera angles in a room. Like you have no control over the camera. It's just you walk into a room and like in the right corner of the room is where the camera's stuck, and you have to do fucking combos while like the camera's really bad. That was at least
terrible.
my thought process while playing it. That's why I stopped. But also, Devil May Cry 1 has some really funny voice lines. Like the dialogue is shit. The voice acting's also shit.
That makes me want to play it more.
I just recommend looking up some cutscenes of it. My favorite is the I should have had the wand to fill your dark soul with light, and then light echoes. So fucking stupid.
What?
Also, that's where the devil, because his shop is in the series is called Devil May Cry, and I think he renamed it to Devil Will Cry, and then renamed it literally next game.
Sounds great.
It is one of my favorite game series. Next to like Yakuza or actually, yeah, just absolute series like Yakuza and Devil May Cry are like my favorites.
I tried playing a Yakuza game. I forget which one, but like I beat up some dudes, then ran around, couldn't find where I was supposed to go, and quit. Never went back to it. That's my entire experience with the series.
That is what the entire series is.
Sweet.
I'm curious which one you played, though. I do get it, because, like, my biggest issue with Yakuza is a lot of times it takes way too long to get to, like, the fun parts of Yakuza. It's almost like the JRPG thing of, like, you have to play a JRPG for, like, 3 hours until you can, like, see the cool shit. It faces that issue. There's a lot of story in Yakuza.
Okay.
I think it might have been Kiwami because it was on PlayStation Plus.
It might have been Kiwami. I mean, Kiwami 1 is meh, but like 0 is really good.
All right. Sorry about the wait. All right, there's your new home.
Where did we get a bearskin rug?
Basic furnishings.
The bearskin rug store.
Obviously.
Oh, don't worry. I have improved versions of most of your furniture
Ooh.
when you guys get there. Why would you do that?
Because I can.
I hide stuff beyond the window.
Oh no, there's we're gonna get attacked in our house, aren't we?
I didn't see anything. I promise.
No, I didn't obviously paint all the ground and shit outside the window, just as much as you guys can see. Vile, are you gonna claim Thuck's room?
I was looking at the pile of garbage.
That's what he makes all his stuff out of.
As soon as I learn that he has anything to do with it, I'm out of there. I want nothing to do with that cretin.
But yes, there is a basement, but currently you guys have nothing in it, so you just have a large stone basement beneath your place. But yes, you guys now officially have a house.
Wait.
All right, now that that's out of the way, so last time we left off, you guys did a little bit of shopping. You guys got paid a bit, and you went and got some furnishings, got your place set up. Vile went to the Adventurers Guild, and has picked up a bounty for dealing with some floths somewhere in Coldwater. And you have your overarching mission to go into the Freyov's district to retrieve the Glenheart and a copper bottom cauldron. And you guys do have a little bit of downtime waiting for Spud's Tekogaki to be inscribed with runes. So if there's anything you want to do with about like 4 days of downtime, you can do so. Otherwise, we'll just kind of skip to the next part.
Only thing I wanted to do was go around and like search for information.
Sure. All right, what are you looking for information on?
rumors or knowledge of anything of note inside the area we have to go to.
Okay.
Like any stories of like magical artifacts or expensive things.
Alrighty. Then that will be your choice of diplomacy or society.
Um, Jesus.
After your run-in with the Winter Hag, Jess's mother, you've been having bouts of serious nausea that have plagued you for a few days, and you just don't have the energy. You go out and you ask around for an hour, and then you're just like, I just want to go home.
Fiola would like to spend some time at the spire, just seeing if there's anything she can learn or anything like that. Anything useful. She's not necessarily looking for something. She just wants to spend some time around other witches.
Okay, sure. Well, I'll give you a choice. You can either look for something specifically, or you can spend the time carousing. And essentially, that's just you're going around, getting to know people. Maybe you'll make like a friend or two. Your pick.
I think right now she's just getting to know people. If anybody is like, I can teach you something cool, she's like, cool, I want to learn something. But she's just familiarizing herself with the area.
Okay, sure. Go ahead and make either your choice of society or diplomacy. All right. So Fiola is excited and is energetic going around talking with some of the other witches, and the witch spire is full of a very wide variety of witches of different varieties, wizards as well, the odd sorcerer here and there. You get to know some of the teachers and some of the staff. You do make a particularly good connection with one of the teachers.
Oh.
Sorry, pulling something up. You... Yes. You do get to know a Topaz Ebonwood. She is one of the teachers, and she is actually a... What are they called?
What was her last name?
Ebonwood. I'll type it in the chat.
Thank you.
And they are she is a winter witch who is a Suli, who is a geniekin that is a mixture of multiple elements. A somewhat more rare form of geniekin. Her eyes have a very yellowish kind of glow to them, and she just kind of has this energy about her that makes her feel very, I guess, powerful in a way, but more like she is full of elemental energy. She has black hair with yellow streaks through it. And she is predominantly a teacher of evocation, magics, and spells.
Okay.
And she's human and Suli.
Okay.
You two take a hit it off particularly well, as she's very excited about teaching magic to new students, and predominantly focuses on teaching the newer students to the Witch Spire. And if you ever attend classes more regularly, she'll probably be one of your teachers.
Okay.
I may add to the notes. So, this NPC is one who you can learn particular witch stuff from. And if you spend downtime with her, there's a possibility you might pick up some extra abilities.
Nice.
All right. Anyone else doing anything for those few days?
Bud will just spend those days getting researched, unless someone else asks Bud to do something with them.
Okay. And I believe we did that already. And I know one of those days Vile went out and got the mission. Anything else you're doing that time, Vile?
I mean, I'll just suggest to the gang that one job that I picked up to get a bit of extra money so we can maybe buy a couple more scrolls of resist element or whatever.
Okay. Well, this is definitely a conversation you all can have.
What was the job again?
There was a house that was infested, right?
Somewhat. So the house is being plagued by fwoths.
Do we know what fwoths are, like, in character? Like, is that a thing we've heard of?
Predominantly not. But you guys can attempt a knowledge roll.
Sure.
What knowledge roll would you like to make?
Oh yeah, I forgot. Legal.
See
Legal?
if they're criminals.
Sure. 7, you say?
Yeah.
Well, you definitely have never heard of a fwoth ever going to court or having a case before. So, they're either super law-abiding or they're not standard citizens,
So good at doing crime, they haven't been caught.
or that
It-
too.
Is society a knowledge one?
Yes, you can make society rolls for humanoids.
Oh, I'm assuming they're not humanoids then.
Depends. Maybe they're not.
I haven't heard the term infestation used for humans.
That's fair.
I'll make a nature roll.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah.
There's something about it. Maybe they're a type of fae, but you're not sure.
Would Fae fall under occultism or like curses?
No, fae predominantly fall under nature.
If
Right.
Vile brought this up on like one of the first days of downtime, could Fiola ask some of the witches in the Spire if they've ever heard of Fluff?
Unfortunately, you're spending the time cruising, not information gathering.
Okay.
Would Arcana be appropriate?
So I'll let you guys know that generally each type of creature has like a general lore check. You can use other types of knowledge checks in case there's anything familiar. For instance, in the case of Fae, they predominantly fall under nature, but things like Arcana or occultism might tell you information about components, either alchemical or magical, that Fae bits can be used for.
Okay, so I might as well just make a nature one, even though I'm not too great at it.
It would be your most likely chance.
Can
find
Fiola do
anything
that as
relevant.
well?
Sure.
No, I'm on the same level as Calden with his legal.
Unfortunately for most of you, you haven't heard much about them. Vile, on the other hand, being a little bit more ventured than some, having a bit more worldly experience, has heard of the tiny little gremlin creatures. Fwath are small size fae that are the first world's incarnation of shipwreckers. They have seahorse-like faces and seaweed green fur over yellowish skin, wicked lobster claws for hands, and they typically live in areas of deep water, which for some of you, most of you, you've never lived near deep enough water before for Foths to be a more relevant issue.
Very fair.
You do learn one thing about Fluff. As they are Fae, they have a weakness to cold iron.
Interesting. Anyone got some cold iron?
Well, we could always get some.
With what money?
Oh, that's right. We spent all our money. I forgot about that.
That was the point of taking the job.
Listen, in character, I knew that. Out of character, I forgot.
I like to imagine that in character you like suggest buying some and then reach into your pocket and realize it's completely empty.
Have that idea, like just cue all four of us like turning out our pockets. Nothing.
My pockets are made of flesh, so
Shut
I don't know
up.
if you want me to though.
I don't want
No.
And this is also an important time to mention as well. When it comes to recall knowledge checks where you're trying to find information on creatures, you can attempt subsequent knowledge checks in a given scene. These checks increase the difficulty each time, but you can learn more bits of information.
Okay, would I have to do that to figure out if like it was necessary to have cold iron, or if we could probably deal with them.
Well, you know that they're not as a standard. Fae are typically, besides more powerful ones, typically not like resistance to normal damage. Hags being like some of the exceptions.
Yeah, so they're not
Cold
like
iron just hurts them
super
more.
powerful or anything, right?
No, Floths are low level gremlins. In fact, they have the gremlin tag.
I hate them.
Even past midnight.
I'm ready to kill some gremlins.
More money.
As long as I had my weapon back.
All right. Well, is there anything else you all do?
Over dinner one night, I do mention to the group the copper-bottomed cauldron. Be on the lookout for, and the rewards that come along with it. A reward.
We're not going there yet, though.
I know. Just letting them know. Letting you guys know.
Okay. Well, that next day, you get your newly rune-inscribed Tekogaki.
Whoa.
Not anything too fancy as of yet. It just has 2 runes etched into each of the blades. And beyond that, you guys are free to go and tackle the 4th mission.
Hell yeah.
Alrighty. Let's change the map. So, as you guys are heading out, the location is in Coldwater, near the parade fields on the southern part of the tiered keep. Somewhere in about this region here. So you make the long trek, following the main road, walking over the bridge. You see the large inlet of rather freezing cold water that kind of circles, or that kind of makes up the majority of this district. It does provide for some nice scenery, and even from your own home, you can look out and see, a nice large portion of it, crystal blue in appearance. Getting out to this point, you're getting close to the address. And you guys see a house with a chicken coop to the side. And towards the back of the home, you see these creatures.
Oh God.
Kind of cute.
Weird with the face.
Should befriend them.
I expect them to be like just hiding inside. No, this is full on like just milling outside. A whole takeover.
Yeah, they're just kind of going around cruising. One kind of goes over and just begins tearing at the chicken coop. For no reason than other, just to destroy it for its own amusement. Some are even out in the cold water, swimming about. Go ahead and update your tokens with your new stats.
Oh, that's right.
I've also added to your Monster Compendium the FOF and the recall information that you guys have found so far. Beyond their general, like, meandering, they don't seem outwardly too hostile, though they're definitely making a mess of things. There's also a somewhat significant amount of them. Hmm. The fact that you can't see their bars is interesting. Can you all adjust your tokens?
I did.
I think I did it.
I did mine.
Is there a setting I've missed? Why is the bar
You have
not
to, like,
popping up?
there's a button on your end you have to press to make it visible.
There's a button on my end I had to press.
There is a show to other players thing for bars or auras.
Well, it's like a default thing on my other game, though.
It is weird. Like, I know I've had to manually do that in certain games where I've DM'd on Roll20.
Alright, 1 second. I changed the setting. Let's see here if that fixes it. Don't know why I did that on that screen, because I can only see them as a DM. Ah, now you can see the numbers? God damn it. Oh, no, that's just... Oh, okay, okay. You guys, if you reload the page, you should see green bars over their head now. That should not have the numbers in them.
I don't see anything.
You guys don't see anything?
I mean, I don't see the bars.
No.
I see the dudes. I do not see the bars.
What the heck? All right, try reloading one more time. If that doesn't work, we're just gonna have to skip it for now.
Nothing.
That's so weird.
Oh, I see little bars on two of them.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. There's two of them have bars.
Yeah, no, I had to do those manually. I don't know why it's not doing it automatically. Yeah, it's so weird. Anyway, you guys have they are kind of meandering and they don't seem overtly hostile. They might like notice you all, but they don't pay a particular attention unless you approach. So what do you guys do?
Should we try herding them into that coop, maybe, to dispatch them quickly?
It's that, or we can just loop around to one side, fight them one at a time. It might take them a little bit to get to us.
I don't think it would be very easy to herd them like that.
So fighting them in one swarm is ill-advised.
It is, but if we go after one, others are probably going to quickly turn on us.
We can also attempt to try to maybe get one's attention far off, so it has to run towards us.
Who's to say there's not more in the house, though, when they start making the runs? Overwhelmed. They said infestation, if I remember correctly.
Let's hope then that they don't hear us from inside, but as they could.
I'm not sure, to be completely honest. The last time we fought something, she kind of looks over at Vile and Spud. Didn't go so well for me, so perhaps I'm not the best to be making these decisions.
Is this house similar to other houses around here? Like in construction?
Yeah, mostly.
Do these houses usually have back doors?
Some do, some don't. It really depends. You can't say for sure.
Let's see. We could go around back and take them from the side like was suggested, and if they don't have a back door, it will be harder for the ones inside to get out.
That's fair.
That's true.
Picking them off one at a time does sound like a better idea. If we can manage it.
That's what we can.
All right, you guys got a plan?
Good a plan
the-
as we're gonna get.
Are the windows broken?
No, the
on
house seems empty at the time being, or at least no one is there. There's no lights on, anything or inside. The door's closed. The house doesn't seem to be like attacked in any fashion or form.
In case there are any inside, and there is no back door, I could remain at the door trying to keep it closed.
I think we're going to need you to dispatch them.
It's true.
Would maybe plan for just taking them one at a time and then adapt if that does come true. There is a chance they might not hear us at all, so or just ignore it.
Okay.
Here's a good, because of kind of the disconnection between like fantasy and reality in this situation. Imagine that these are kind of just like slightly smarter geese.
Oh.
The kind of creatures that malicious, probably evil, but also they kind of just tend to keep to their own business. If you get close, they'll probably try to drown you. But if you give them space, probably could just leave them alone. Whoever was living here probably didn't want to, get dragged into the water and drowned maliciously, and probably locked up their house and is waiting for the infestation to be cleared out. These are small, little creatures. Actually, they're tiny. Oh god, they're tiny.
Oh, good.
They're smaller than even Thuck is.
Oh, damn.
That makes me feel a little better. I mean, I could always stand on one end of the chicken coop and distract them, and you, Calden, or Spud, or both of you could sneak around behind while they're not looking. I don't know if they'll come to me, but they might at least look at me.
Whatever keeps them from attacking me.
What did you say? I didn't quite hear that.
Whatever keeps them from attacking me.
Or I could get something else to distract it.
I could just go up, start attacking them. Then you guys sneak around the back.
It could work.
Because that's what I'm going to be doing anyways.
I'm just be sneaking around anyways.
I can at least send something with you so you're not alone.
I could go with Spud. I excel at weakening enemies rather than harming them, really.
Then I guess Spud and Vile go around the front, Calden and Thuck, maybe, and I. Thuck can probably stay with you two in the front.
Yeah, stay back and shoot him with your bow.
I didn't
As you guys actually look at Thuck,
Oh,
he has cobbled together from random bits and bobs. Trying to remember what I gave him. He is currently wearing a slapdash leather armor and is wielding a crudely made but efficient longbow. And Thuck just looks up and he's just like, I can just shoot them from here. They can come to us. They got long way and little legs.
That is a good point.
I'll meet them in the middle. Keep them away from you.
That works really well.
So, Calden and I will swing around back, dispatch them on that side. Suck draws their attention with arrows, and you two dispatch them on the way to Thuck. You can funnel them straight up through between the house and the chicken coop there.
Sounds like a plan.
And let's go ahead and do it, not waste any more time.
All right, so keep on the road here for the moment. They won't bother you on the road. So I'll give you guys a choice. We can either hop into a surprise attack round and just roll initiative, or we can go into exploration mode for a short minute and allow you guys to attempt to sneak closer to them to engage.
I think Calden and I, let's try and get closer. I can't do anything from where I am right now.
No, I'm straight up just getting their attention. I'm not trying to sneak in.
Yeah, I'm not a sneaky boy.
I mean, if you guys are okay going with probably at least a round, maybe two without backup, because Calden and I have to get around the house.
That works for me.
That's fine.
Okay, so it sounds like you guys want to try sneaking around. So,
I think we were going to do, correct me if I'm wrong, we're going to do the surprise round.
Yeah.
Because they're okay taking the attention until we can get into position.
Yeah.
oh, okay, sure, alrighty.
We'll end up using this round probably to move. We're just going to do it while they're distracted.
All right, then let's go ahead. Roll for initiative. Make sure your token is.
Killing it,
Oh.
you guys.
Make sure your token
thought I
is
did.
selected when you hit the initiative button.
Thank you,
Oh.
Calden.
They're gonna be flat-footed.
Great. Wait, what?
How
It
many
was
of us
selected.
got sevens?
God, guys.
I don't know why it didn't do it the second time. I had it selected, but
Well, go ahead and change your initiative to the appropriate one. Which should be 11. Spud should have a 7. Fiola should have a 7. Alrighty.
Before we do this, Spud's just gonna place on hand on Fiola. Just stay there. Stay calm this time, please.
I'll do my best. It's a little bit different walking attack versus a surprise.
I couldn't understand you for part of that.
She
Yeah,
said
you're
it's-
kind of cutting out.
Yeah, it's just gonna have to be like that. She said it's different walking into an attack versus being surprised.
It is. Good luck.
Alrighty. Start this combat. So, Calden, you're up first.
All right. So he is going to be stealthy.
Okay, make a
Sneaky.
sneak action.
Stealth? Jesus. Not great, but hopefully they don't pay attention.
All right. So when you move stealth, you move at half speed, 232, unless your speed is higher.
Alright. And to make sure, Fiola and I were gonna go that way. Correct.
Yeah, we're going around the far side of the house.
There you go.
All right. As you begin walking out onto the yard, the snow here is particularly hard and crunchy, and each step is obnoxiously loud. As you begin moving in this direction, all of the Floths pay attention and look in all your guys' direction.
Stealth is out the window.
Well, that was short-lived.
That's what happens when you roll a 3? Yeah, you rolled a 3. All right, Thuck is holding his phone. He's like, "Do I shoot them now? Do I shoot them now?" Sorry, what'd you say?
Shoot them now.
Alrighty. He looks excited as he pulls his bow back. Gotta see what the range on this is. 100 feet. Oh god, yeah, he can hit them from anywhere.
We can keep Thuck on the back line, you guys.
Yo.
This one has minor cover because he's behind the chicken wire. So he's gonna aim for this one instead, and he's gonna pull his bow back. It looks like it's threatening to break itself apart, but it fires the arrow with the same lethal efficiency.
Go Thuck.
Yo.
That's a very solid hit.
Get on, Thuck.
Thuck has a +9 to hit.
So what happens when you make him a fighter?
Yeah.
He's an expert. And let's see, that is definitely a hit. So this one takes 6 points of damage. As it is struck by the arrow, they all begin to activate and they make these gurgling calls.
Thanks, I hate it.
Good. The Fae are not fun creatures. And they are definitely all now aware that they're being attacked. Thuck is going to pull back another arrow. And he's going to fire.
Oh!
No!
With a critical hit. That's going to do 12 points of damage. And that Floth goes down.
This is why we shoot Thuck.
Let's go.
And Thuck doesn't have any clear line of sight at the moment, so he's going to move. He's going to move about here, and he's going to wait. Creep.
Okay. Despite, so it's just now occurring to Vile that this plan involves me being in between Thuck and the thing that he's shooting at, and despite his sterling performance that he just showed, I have no faith in him. We get free movement.
No, so you have 3 actions, remember?
Okay.
And each time you move, or each time you use the stride action, you move your movement speed.
What's my movement speed? 30? 25?
No. Yes.
Okay.
Jeez, we just played a couple weeks ago with this. Already forgotten.
Okay.
I guess I'll go here, so Spud can
Okay.
get in front of me. And then with my remaining 2 actions, I will cast Bane.
Okay. You let out your sickening aura.
I just like pull out a small knife and like stab me, and like mist blood comes out of me and just starts filling the air.
What about your curse?
It's
That-
not a scythe or focus spell.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Spud.
Spud moving forward. There. Actually gonna move forward here. I'm gonna
Okay.
spend my last action to raise shield and shout, "Oi, fishy fucks! Come here!"
All right. Angry potato. Viola.
So it's like one action we can use the stride, and that moves us the whole of our movement.
So every time you take the stride action, you move your movement.
Okay.
Which means you could technically move up to 3 times your speed if you use all 3 of your actions for striding.
She will stride twice. If I switch back to control mode. And while she is right there, actually, she's going to back up a little bit. She's going to
Okay.
cast Healing Ice on this one.
All right, go ahead and tap the spell. All right, he needs to make a reflex saving throw. Fails. All right, so it takes the damage.
Which is only 2. And a -5 foot circumstance penalty to its speed until the spell ends. The spell can be sustained up to 1 minute.
Yep. So at the start, or every one of your turns, you sustain it, or the spell effect goes away. Because it's a cantrip, it's kind of one of the weird things about this spell in particular. If you cast this just every round, you don't actually need to use a sustain action on it, which is more efficient because it does damage every time. Granted, it could succeed and not get slowed. So just one of those things to keep in mind.
Yeah. That's
And
all.
let me just double check something real quick. Okay, yes, this is indeed one action. Never know. Sometimes the compendium gets them wrong. But,
Okay.
alrighty. So he is slowed. And with that, the Floths are going to take the initiative.
Dang.
Alright. So, Calden.
Neat. Let's move in there. Bit sad. I don't want to rush in there. I can't get the good old surprise attack.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, he's gonna move to back up Fiola and ready in action to attack the thwath when it approaches.
Okay, so you can use the ready action to attack the Floth when it gets within range.
That I am. With the ready to action, because Calden has both a short sword and a dagger. How exactly does fighting with two weapons work?
So in most regards, it doesn't really do anything for your standard actions. There's a lot of feats that apply to having two weapons, like double slice or offhanded parry or anything like that. The only real difference, if you don't have any feats like that, is you can choose to attack with one or the other. Sometimes having an offhand weapon that's an agile weapon is good, because then it has a lower multi-attack penalty. So if you attach normally with your main hand, you could attack with your offhand with only a -4, for instance.
No. Yeah, that is what I do.
Alrighty. The Floths go, and we're going to go ahead and go with the one closest to on the left-hand side. We're going to go counterclockwise in the situation. So this one has been slowed, begins moving in your guys' direction. Runs up on y'all, and let's see here. What is its movement? Oh, I was wrong. It's actually slower than I thought it was. Alright. As it's running up on you, it begins to incantate something and gesture. And
no.
I need both Fiola and Kaden to make for me a bum, bum, bum. What the heck? 1 second. Pretty sure it's a will save. Yes, it is. Okay. Make for me a will save, please.
Not bad.
As it comes up and incantates, you guys are overcome with a severe amount of drowsiness. You do not fall asleep, but you have a -1 status penalty to perception for 1 round. The next one moves. Running up on both of you. It also begins to incantate something, but something different happens. As, let's see here. Even, Fiola, odd, Caden. Fiola, water begins to form around your head. Roll for me a reflex saving throw, please. Success. You begin to tear at this watery film that's building around your face, and after a few moments, it breaks.
Those cat-like reflexes.
All right, Thuck's turn. He does not know what's going on the other side of the house. He just has some targets here. I believe he can hit that one all the way out in the water, though. Let's see here. Oh, that one. That one's blocked by the house.
Oh, I didn't see there was another one in the water. I thought there were only the 5 total, not 6.
Yes, he can strike this one all the way down here. So he's going to shoot at that one. That's going to be a miss. That's going to be a hit. Unfortunately, for only 2 damage. And then Thuck is going to step around to this corner of the house. All right. Creep.
I will move up to here and use one of my actions to increase the range of Bane.
Alrighty.
And then I guess I'll hit the boy down there with I don't know. Is there? Yeah, I guess I'll hit the guy down there with Soul Siphon.
Is that a 1 action?
It is.
Okay, and which one are you hitting?
This one.
Alrighty. And he's make a Fortitude saving throw. Failure. It takes the damage. So that's 1.
Just the minimum damage.
But it
And
also becomes drained 1, which means it also loses another health.
And also, that's a focus spell.
Yes. So go ahead and post your curse if you have it in your abilities, which we really should.
I
If we
don't
don't
think
have it.
I have like the 3 different curses.
Yes. What you should do on your character abilities, copy and paste them into 3 different abilities for beginner, medium, and large. And then when you hit those, you just hit those, and I can see it. We don't have to go diving into the rules for it.
Okay, so minor, moderate, and major curse, right?
Yes.
So it
You can just do the minor and moderate for now because you can't go to major yet.
Yeah. So it just activates the minor curse then?
Yes.
Okay. Interesting.
Alrighty. So your flesh begins to rot, and the scent of decay fills the air around you. Non-magical effects that would heal you restore only half the amount of hit points. So alchemical items or the medicine action will only be half as effective.
Yes. And then I get temporary hit points equal to 2?
No, I think that's only for your moderate curse. The first one is
the Soul Siphon.
Oh, the Soul Siphon. Let's see. Yes, you do get 2 temporary hit points. So you go up this necrotic aura around you, expanding as you reach a hand out. This energy kind of ebbs from the cloth, and it kind of weakens somewhat as your body is just slowly starting to rot away.
Uh, believe that's 25 feet to like there. Oh, yeah. Okay. Move here.
Okay.
Attack it once.
That misses.
Ah, that was max damage. Wait, no, it wasn't. I lied. Anyways, then just raise shield.
Okay. You come in swinging at the wall that dodges to the side. And you raise your shield ready for the next attack. Viola.
Fiola is going to cast Electric Arc.
Okay.
She's going to target it at the one farther ahead, the one that she slowed.
Okay.
Make it leap to the second one as well.
Alrighty. Go ahead and put the spell.
Ah!
Ooh.
Alright. These things, due to their small size, they seem particularly agile as they dodge to the side, though they do take half the damage, which is going to be which is going to be 3.
And then she will use her final action.
Final action to what?
Raise shield.
Ah, okay. You're going to raise your shield. Your clinging ice falls off. Alrighty. Calden.
Calden is going to move right up to this one.
Okay.
He has his short sword in his hand. He stabs out, but his foot catches on something on the ground and he stumbles forward, kind of colliding into it as he faints.
Okay.
He is going to. I'm pretty sure faint is like an action, right?
Yes, fainting is an action.
I was gonna double check Nethys to fill out some info. I missed a few things in that. But yeah, I'll make a deception check. 22.
22. That succeeds. So he is currently flat-footed to you.
As he kind of like stumbles into it, he very quickly and with great skill finds his balance and stabs into it with his short sword.
Okay. That is a success.
All right, and also with that, because that was flat-footed, I get my sneak attack damage. An extra 4.
Okay. Probably should just add your sneak attack damage to your attacks.
I should, but I wanted to not, because like last time I did that with my swashbuckle, I kept forgetting. So having them separate means I don't have to remember to subtract or add it. Like that's mainly why I haven't.
I mean, sure, whatever works out, I suppose. There's a secondary damage tag at the bottom where your other stuff goes, and you can't forget it because it's a part of your damage.
True.
But you know, whatever works. We all have our
Forgot that
processes.
there's other damage.
Yeah, there is other damage. You just type bracket damage die bracket and then whatever it is. Anyway, as you stab into the creature, it's surprised after being stumbled back. Before it can catch its footing, it is bleeding out, and as it does so, the blood gushes forth. And while there is some like viscera to it, it's very watery as it bleeds out on your hand. Before collapsing to the ground. You have 1 action remaining.
I moved and fainted and attacked. I don't think I do.
Oh, no, you are correct. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Alrighty. The fourth go. The one back here looks very concerned after its ally got horribly stabbed there. It's going to run up to you and strike at you with its claw.
Does not hit.
It's going to use another claw. They're not doing well today, apparently.
Yeah,
This
and,
one...
At least so you're aware, because I filled it out. The little gray bar is my AC.
Yeah, I figured as much. This one, seeing that everything is kind of not going well for its friends, comes out of the water. It runs up to this point, and it inhales deeply and shoots a barb at Spud. Does that hit?
It does.
You take 3 points of damage.
Reaction shield block.
Okay.
No damage.
So, what is the hardness of your shield?
5.
5. All right. So you block it, spinning with your shield, and you deflect the barb as it shoots another one at you.
Oh.
And as you block it with the shield, you momentarily blind yourself to it in your inexperience, and you look down as another barb is punctured the side of your potato, dealing 4 damage. This one in the water is going to move in your guys' direction. It swims incredibly fast. Before hopping onto land, it is also going to incantate. And Spud, I need you to make a reflex saving throw for me, please.
Oop.
Success. Water begins to form around the little rosebud of your face, but you manage to wipe it off in time before it begins to suffocate you. The one next to you is going to attack with its claw.
Miss.
It's going to swing again.
Miss.
Alrighty. It's then going to run away from you. Splashing into the water. It dives in. Alright, Thuck's turn. Looking around the side of the house, he can barely strike at this one that he's aimed at before. So Thuck's going to shoot his longbow. That's unfortunate. He pulls the string back really far, and then his bow crumples. The shoddy material is not holding up well in this situation. He is very shocked, and he's just gonna take cover and then greater cover around this house. As he's hiding there, he's like, "Oh, oh no, I broke it! No!" Valkyrie, it's your turn.
Okay. I will move to there. Does that get both of them into my thing?
No, actually, because of the way auras work in this system, the very corner pieces do not count.
Well,
If you
I
move
will
down
spend-
one more, they will, though.
I can't. That's the furthest. I'll just spend my action to increase the range.
Okay.
More feet.
That does hit them, so they both need to make a will save. They both pass, so for this round they are unaffected.
Dang it. Well, with my final action, I suppose I shall. I guess I'll cast. I'll just do Soul Siphon again on. I guess this one here.
Okay. Go ahead and post the spell.
Why?
Correct.
Well, fortunately for you, it critically fails.
Whew.
So it takes double the damage. And it becomes drain 2, so your temporary hit points change from 2 to 4. Because it is now great.
And then I get my moderate effect.
And you upgrade to your moderate effect. You become drained 1, meaning you lose the amount of hit points equal to your level. This goes to your actual HP and does not affect the temporary you just gained.
It's a cool curse.
Your body begins to deteriorate even further. But in this state, as you start to cross that threshold to death, you become more resistant, as you gain a status bonus to saves against disease, poisons, and death effects. And if you were to roll a save against such effects, you get a critical success instead.
Nice.
As even more than usual now, Spud, you see Vile's body is becoming more goopy and more rotted than you remember, and is a disturbing sight.
Not to mention, when we reached level 2, I was already getting more goopy and rotten because of the ooze morph.
Yes,
thing
you're
that
an
I took.
ooze morph too. Don't remind me.
I have to. It's only gonna get worse as we level up.
I know. Spud.
Move. Attack.
Oh, okay.
That hit.
That does indeed hit. Striking out the creature, you slash it as watery blood begins to pour out over its wound. It does not look good.
I'll go for a second strike on it.
Okay,
Uh,
that is a miss. Viola.
She's gonna. Can she, from where she's standing, make an attack on this one easily without hitting Alden, or do I have to?
It depends on what you're trying to do.
She is trying to cast Ray of Frost.
Yeah. You don't. In this game, range attacks only hit your target. There's no issue with allies being too close.
So she will make an attack. I don't think a 12 hits.
It does not. You're too worried about your accuracy at the moment, as you're afraid of hitting Colin, and this causes you to hesitate, shooting a missile out, or the ray of frost out as the creature dodges to the side.
She will. She will move a little bit. Actually, I want to go there. And she will raise shield again.
Okay. Keeping your shield up, you kind of move off to the side.
I take that back because I forgot Ray of Frost is 2 action.
Oh,
she will
you're
not
right.
move. She will just raise shield.
All right.
Put her back.
So as you allow this ray, you duck behind your shield, ready for any kind of retribution. Galden.
All right. Let's swing at this dude.
Okay.
My sheet's a little fucky, so I have to reload it every once in a while. All right. He swings.
All right.
So-
That hits.
Yeah. I think that is 2 less damage. I need to find a way to fuck around with it again. I think it's adding the extra 2. Might have messed up. So that is actually 9 damage.
All right, 1 sec.
Yeah, I need to... Oh, yeah, additional damage. There it is. I put it in other. I'm dumb.
All right, still a painful blow as it sits there and is holding its wound. It looks like ready to run.
I'll swing again.
Okay, go ahead. There's the proper
Yeah.
damage.
I put it in the wrong box.
Unfortunately, it does not hit.
Means. How much of a penalty would I get if I attacked with my offhand dagger?
It should be it should be agile, so I'll already
Yep.
account for it. So as long as the agile thing is marked, it already accounts for it in the math.
I will stab out with my offhand.
Okay. Miss. And yep, that was correct. It is -8. Rather
I
than
hit the wrong
-10.
thing. That's why. I hit the wrong button. That's why the damage didn't go through.
Oh,
I
that's
messed
okay.
up that one too.
No worries.
Either way.
The 4th go. This one is panicking. It begins to incantate. And I need both Fiola and Calden to make a will saving throw for me, please.
Will.
That is unfortunate.
Shit.
You do not crit fail, though, fortunately. But you both fail, falling asleep on your feet.
Oh no.
What?
Let's see here. Do I have a condition for sleep? There's tired. It's close. I guess you're... There you go.
Does that say AFK?
It does say AFK. As it does this, it's going to run away. And his little feet kind of slip-slapping on the ice. Alright, the next one. Over here is going to come up behind you, Spud. And it is going to suddenly make a loud shout at you. As it feints you, which is against your perception DC, which is 10 plus your perception score, which I already know. For yours, I think it should be like 8.
5, 15.
5?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I guess so. So 15, yeah, almost crit. So you become temporarily flat-footed for its attack. So it's gonna be -2 to your AC.
Oh no.
As it attempts to claw you.
It
6 damage coming your way. And then this one, taking the opportunity, is also going to strike out at you while you're flat-footed. Also because they're flanking you. That's going to be a miss. It is going to then incantate. And I need both Spud and Vile to make a will saving throw for me, please.
Is this a non-divine magical effect?
This is a non-divine magical effect, yes.
So I believe I get a, +1 circumstance bonus from divine ages?
Yeah, if you post it, it should say. Yes. So you declare that before. This is a trigger, so you get a +1 circumstance bonus to the save. It is a failure still. And by the way, you won't know unless you identify the spells they're using, whether they're divine or not.
Yeah, I was going to use it either way. I just was asking for that.
No, that's fair. I mentioned this time, it's obvious they're Fae. Most of their magic is primal. But
yeah, that's why I
no
wasn't
worries.
worried about it.
Regardless, you both fail, and you both go unconscious.
That's fun. Did it happen to have anything to do with poison or disease?
No.
Rip.
What?
All right. This one pops up out of the water, seeing that everything is, not necessarily as terrible as before. Let's see here. It's going to move over here and is going to attempt to pull Spud into the water.
Oh, no.
Oh no.
Do you have a backup character?
No.
What a nerd! Always have a backup character. I got one.
I don't plan on having all my characters die like you do.
Coward.
Okay, it is not trained. So just gonna make a strength check. I don't believe that beats your fortitude DC.
No. I have a 19. Is this a shove?
It's kind of it's a reverse shove.
Because being a root leshy, I get a +2 to my DC. So I don't know if that makes a critical fail happen.
All right. So you're all unconscious at the moment as the Fwoth are having their way with you, essentially. In some cases. Thuck, kind of seeing everyone's in trouble.
Can't believe we're about to be saved by Thuck.
I mean, he doesn't even have a weapon anymore.
As far as you know.
He
true.
begins calling out, and he's just like, "Everyone, wake up! Oh God, please, wake up!" He just begins shouting rather loudly. And due to this, at the beginning of your turn, y'all can make a perception check to wake up. So, Vile, make a perception check with a DC of... Let's see, should be a standard DC, right? This is a DC 13.
Wow.
Pass.
Can I just say that I absolutely hate that I just got saved by Thuck. This is the worst day of my life. I feel so embarrassed.
This is the best day of my life.
I'd rather be dead. You said that was the beginning of my turn?
Yes, it does not take an action, so you get your full actions as normal.
Okay, since I went unconscious, did that do anything with my Bane? Or is it still up?
I believe Bane does not need to be sustained, so it just maintains for the amount of time.
Okay, so I'd like to use my first action then to increase the radius to make them all have to do it again.
Okay. They will all do so.
I hate this.
Oh.
Alright, so this one down here, that's pulling on Spud at the moment, feels the necrotic energy seeping into it as he doesn't realize you're awake yet. And he just begins to get weaker and weaker trying to pull. And I need a... what can I do? Here we go. Yeah, 2 actions remaining.
Yeah. I guess I will do a forbidding ward. this one here, I suppose. And
The one that was pulling on Spud, or
No,
no, the
one-
left one. I see.
and I would like to do that on Spud
Okay.
to make him not dead.
A series of ancient letters forms around Spud, forbidding the creature from touching it. Spud, roll for me a perception check at DC 13. Success, you wake up.
Woo. As my eyes shoot open, I just Hekokagi, the one in front of me that's almost dead.
Okay. Miss.
Miss?
Oh, no,
Okay.
I'm sorry. That is a hit. Barely.
Oh.
On the dot.
Woo.
It collapses to the ground.
Then I will lay on hands myself.
Okay.
And then Ray Shield.
Alrighty. So you give yourself, it should be 6 hit points.
Yep.
Okay. And Ray Shield. Got it. Viola, roll for me a perception check, please.
Got it.
Pass. You snap out of it as Thuck's voice calls out to you.
Oh, fuck. She's going to wake up.
You see
And-
the Fwoth running for the water.
Sorry, I'm checking a couple different things as fast as I can. I had 2 options.
No worries.
Oh, he's gonna be too far, isn't he? She will use 1 action to step closer.
Okay.
Because all my stuff is ranged.
It's fair.
You know, sometimes it be like that. And she's gonna cast Acid Splash.
Acid Splash. Alright. Go ahead. I believe that's a reflex saving throw. No, it's an attack
It's an
roll.
attack roll.
Alright. So you incantate and a glob of acid forms in the air in front of you. You chuck it out in the direction of the Fwoth. It splashes onto him and he begins to, it begins to scream. As it's beginning to burn. Takes 2 points of damage.
Yeah, I didn't roll too hot.
Nah, it's all kidding. Low level cantrips. What can you do? They get better as you level, though. Alrighty. Calden, make for me a perception check, please.
All right. Hopefully.
Pass
There.
by 1.
Oh, thank God. I thought it was 16 for a second. I got very worried.
You snap
Alright.
back to consciousness.
He's going to wake up and run after this Swath
Okay.
and stab it.
And stab it.
Oh.
That's a miss.
Yep. He'll attack one more time.
Okay. That's a miss. As you're running towards it, you're still rather groggy, and it's really low to the ground. This thing is about like a foot tall. It's really hard for any standard person to hit these things, honestly.
Fair.
Thuck's turn. Thuck doesn't really have much to do. So Thuck is just gonna come over to this corner and just, call out and be like, "You guys can do it!" As he takes cover, then greater cover. Vile.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. I skipped the Fwoths because the initiative Fwoth died. It'd be like that sometimes. Oh, God. Unfortunately, there's no dynamic lighting on this map for me to hide my initiative creatures on. Alrighty, Fwoths go. So this one here is going to get out of dodge. It's going to leap into the water. It splooshes in and then begins to swim away at a high speed. Disappearing beneath the water's surface. This one is seeing that things are kind of going bad, but it's going to do its best. It sees that the potato's a lot more durable than it was expecting, and it says it's going to turn its attention to Vile.
Do it, coward.
And he's going to feint you by acting as if he's going to strike at Spud. Ho ho ho. That's a failure. Alright, it just strikes at you then. And one more time.
Liberating step, resistance to 4 damage.
Alrighty, so you take 1 slashing damage as Spud guards you with a divine aura.
Nice. Still got temp HP.
This one is going to move over here and attack Spud while flanking.
Oh yeah, you can move 5 feet if you want as well. Ugh.
Just like free move 5 feet?
Yeah, step as a free action. Like the
I
very
see.
last.
Yeah. It says even if they didn't need to escape. Got it. It struck you, and you're flat-footed, which is -2. Is that a critical?
No, my AC is 23 at the moment. I raise shield and I have the lay on hands effect.
Okay, that makes sense.
Oh wait, no, I'm
Alright.
still flat-footed, so 21.
21. Yeah. But that still makes sense. All right, so that's going to be 4 slashing damage as it attacks you again. And misses.
Correct.
Slashing at you with its little claws. Thuck does his thing that I mentioned earlier. Vile.
I shall, I guess, increase the range of Bane again.
Okay. And this one that has yet to fail needs to roll. They're rolling really good on these checks. They don't have a high will save. They have a 6. They've just been rolling in 15 plus range.
It takes 1 action to sustain spells, right?
Yes, 1 action to sustain.
I will sustain my forbidding ward on the non-baned one.
Okay. You have 1 action remaining.
I guess I will. Oh yeah, I can. I want to try and also scare to intimidate the. I guess this one.
Okay. And fortunately, you have Intimidating Glare because they don't understand common.
Yeah.
So go ahead and make an intimidation roll versus its will DC.
I hate
Failure.
this.
For some reason, these are just very willful fluff today. Alright, real quick, I actually need to use the restroom. So I'll be right back.
I have a +8 to intimidation. This is the worst.
Is the job just to clear it out, or are we paid for like head we get?
No, I think it's just clear it out.
Okay.
If they want to run, they can run, I think. I have too many 2-action spells. I don't have like any useful 1-action spells other than my Soul Siphon.
Yeah, but isn't that a good spell?
Yeah, but I can only use it twice, and it curses me every time.
Oh. Correct.
And it's not a good spell when you roll minimum damage every time.
Just don't roll minimum damage.
I've cast that spell 4 times, and I think 3 times I've rolled minimum damage.
Just get better. I don't know what to tell you.
I can't believe this.
I can't believe you done this.
Agreed. I just have so many options for stuff to do. I have to like remember so much of my character sheet.
I just need to look at the character tab because all my reactions are there as well. I just use my weapon.
I have like 10 different circumstance bonuses that I can add to stuff, and I just have to remember all of them and when I can use them.
I've returned.
Welcome.
Hello.
So I'm realizing if they run away, we didn't clear the infestation.
We did.
But what if they don't come back? They're gone.
They're not here anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, they might though.
Hey,
That's what I'm saying.
The job posting didn't say prevent future infestations. It just said get rid of the current one.
True.
I'm just saying we might have to think about that. Because you could chase off, like, you find a mouse in your home, you toss it outside, you're like, alright, get out of here, it's going to be back in like a day.
Well, yeah, but you dealt with the problem for now, and that's all
Yeah,
that
you've
matters.
dealt with it
Getting
for
paid.
now.
Terminators get paid twice.
But
Yeah.
vermin come back. That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying.
But like,
we get paid twice, mate.
yeah, what's your problem with this?
Morally,
Morals.
Calden finds it a little shady.
I mean, Spud probably will too, but me? Nah.
No, that's fair. Me, I'm like, you fucking should have specified. But, I mean, as long as we're not trying to, like, get business from this person again.
Listen, mate, if we just scare them properly, they won't come back.
Hopefully we scared them properly.
Apparently I can't with my Nat 2 intimidation.
Yeah, it'd be like that. Me with my 3 stealth. No DM. We are the DM now.
I can't
How-
believe.
How do you have less stealth than me?
I don't know. No, like I have a plus like 9 or something, but I rolled a 3.
Oh,
I have a
but
plus 8 to intimidation and rolled a 2.
Yeah, it'd be like that.
We're just failing at everything we're good at.
Once you get high level, it gets consistent though. You're just like you're banging everything out. That's the one cool thing about Pathfinder. Once you get like, the master of your field, you are the master of your field. You cannot fail.
I think this is the first time I've failed an intimidation.
no.
No?
Your first intimidation roll against those 2 Vikings.
No, that was my deception roll that failed. And then I
Oh,
defaulted to intimidation and crushed it
that's right. Yeah.
and ran away.
Yeah, I mean, at least Pathfinder fixes the issue I have with 5e is I firmly believe that in 5e every class should have access to some form of expertise.
Yeah.
True.
I believe expertise should be something you can easily get in 5e. But that's why I don't know, you should be able to do that. I shouldn't have to get a feat or whatever to get expertise. Because as a fighter or like a barbarian, you should be able to have fucking like expertise in athletics. You're literally just magically buff.
Or like
True.
wizards and arcana.
Yeah, exactly. When you study something for your entire fucking life to the point where you could destroy a dragon with your brain, like, yo, maybe you know what you're talking about.
Yeah. But are you an expert in it?
Yeah.
I don't know what we're talking about.
My opinion that every class should have expertise in 5e.
5e.
I mean, I agree, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. It seems
The
very logical.
failure thresholds in 5e are way too high.
Real. I hate having things where it's like, oh, I have a 40% chance to do this. Damn, I thought I was good at this.
Yeah, it's like, I based my whole character around this. And you know what the difference between me and the other guy is? 2 points.
Yeah, exactly.
And see, one thing about Pathfinder that's great, assurance. You can just take 10 on certain skills that you're trained in,
Yeah, exactly.
at least, and you will never get below a 10 as long as you just decide not to roll.
Yeah.
All right, so sorry about that. That was Vile's turn. Viola.
She is going to run down here. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. And seeing this situation happening with Spud, she is going to try Ray of Frost again on the one closer to her.
Okay, what's the range of
Has
Ray
a-
of Frost?
120 feet.
Oh. What were you doing up in combat? You could have just
It
been
doesn't-
sniping with Thuck.
I know, I didn't realize that until afterwards. Don't worry, she's not good at it.
That's a miss. Alrighty. Well, you launch out a Ray of Frost. The Fwoth notices you're incantating and dodges to the side. Spud, you duck as a Ray of Frost kind of goes flying overhead. Fortunately, you're short. And Spud, speaking of which, it's your turn.
The one that's damaged in front of me. Attack it.
Attack. Oh, that's a good attack.
Max
That's-
damage.
11 damage. That's a good amount of damage. You slice at it, cutting through it. It begins bleeding heavily, and it looks like it's ready to retreat.
Seeing that it's ready to retreat, I'm gonna attempt to trip it.
Okay, that's gonna go ahead and be a athletics check versus its reflex DC. Minus 5 because it is an attack action.
Okay. I think it'd be -4 because it says that I get I add the weapon item bonus to attack rolls and have a +1. 20.
Oh, is your Taikokage? Make sure you put in the Taikokage that's +1
Oh,
for the name.
okay.
And yes, it'd still be -5. It's just you
Oh.
also add 1. So equivalently, yes, -4, but it's -5 +1. Also, it's not even a agile weapon, so never mind. Anyway, that's a super success. That one goes prone.
Actually, it is an agile weapon.
Is it? It doesn't say it there.
Agile in the thing. I don't know why it doesn't say there. 'Cause I had to add this myself. So I just forgot to add it probably.
Probably. All right. I have a prone condition thing. Where are you? There it is. Regardless, that does not reduce the multi-attack essentially for the trip, because the trip action itself is not an agile action. So
Ah.
alrighty.
My last
so is
action.
prone. Sorry, go ahead.
For my last action. Fuck it, I attack it again.
Okay.
Never mind.
Unfortunate. But alright. Calvin.
Let's see if I can even make it over there. But I will move in that direction.
Okay.
Okay, first action, 25 feet. 15 more feet with my second, and I will try to stab this thing.
Okay.
And I am flanking it, so it's flat-footed?
Correct.
Yo. Alright.
That
Yo.
is nasty, as that is 16 points of damage.
Hell yeah.
Messed it up.
You strike at it, and it is surprised as it was very focused on attacking Vile. And you suddenly come up from the side, it turns and looks at you. A horse strikes its a little seahorsey face. It screams. as you strike it, and you nearly destroy it. Alrighty.
So close.
So close. These two are gonna get out of dodge because things have gone south real quick. They dive into the water. And then at a high speed take off into the depths. Alright, and you guys have successfully routed out the Fwoth.
Don't argue. Don't argue with the DM.
I'm not arguing with the DM. I'm just wondering something. At least looking out at this, he kind of like asking the group, like, are there any like Quoth preventative measures, like things that ward them off?
Are there any preventative measures to ward them off?
Yeah, I can make a nature
You can
roll.
make a nature roll. You are relatively unsure, as most of you haven't even really heard much of Fwoth up until this point, and they're kind of just your standard gremlins. Granted, you nearly beat them to death. Some of them were rather close to dying, and there's dead Fwoth bodies around. Not many creatures are willing to go back to an area which they believe will be immediately, deadly to them.
That's fair.
Shall we check the inside?
Yeah.
This is like somebody's home, right? It's not abandoned by any means.
Yeah.
Correct.
So maybe we should. Fiola will come up to everybody else. I assume. Can I move now?
Yeah, you
Can I
guys are
move
free
out?
to
Okay.
move.
She'll come up here and stand next to Calden. Hearing you suggest that they check inside, like, well, we can look through the windows if any are open, or we can try knocking to see if anybody's home. I don't necessarily
No,
want
I
to.
mean, they're not here because of the things.
They
The
could have
fall.
pulled them inside.
No, they posted the job.
And maybe they came. We should still check before breaking and entering.
We should check.
I go check if the door is unlocked.
Okay. That you do notice there is a back door. When you guys attempt to go and check it out, it appears to be locked. You do notice that there is a variety of damages to the exterior of this house. Looks like the Fwoth were sharpening their claws on the wood or just destroying it for fun's sake. There's a lot of missing shingles and such. Minor damages, but I'm sure annoying for the homeowner.
They might have not even wanted to go inside. They do, at least from what you've said, stick around the water. That is
If
their
the doors
primary
are
MO.
locked and the windows aren't broken, there doesn't seem to be any way they could have gotten in.
Yeah. We can all do a quick, like, little circle.
Yeah, Fiola will circle around, checking to see if any windows are open.
Okay. Y'all do a little walk around, checking it out. I mean, besides the damages to the house, it does appear that they had also gotten into the chicken coop and killed a few of the chickens,
Oh.
eating them,
Not the chickens.
and whatever others probably just escaped. You guys come around and Fuck sees you. He's like, "You're alive!"
Yes, we are.
Also, since I was like the last one to go unconscious and the first one to wake up from it, I'm completely playing it off like I never did. That way, no one thinks Fleck saved me. No one was around to witness it, so it didn't happen.
Fair enough. As stuck, he's just like, you were all sleeping on your feet. You looked like you were hypnotized. I was so scared. And
Yeah, you all
he'll come
were.
up to Phil and just like hug your leg.
She'll like pat his head, kind of rubbing her hand across it. It's like, you did very good waking us. I don't know what we would have done if you hadn't.
Yeah, good thing Fuck and I were there to hold them off while you guys woke up.
Thuck just looks sad and he kind of steps back. My bow broke. I'm a bad fighter.
We can get you a new one.
We'll get another one. We can turn in this job that we did. Maybe we'll get a decent payment from it.
I want to hand Thuck my sickle.
Okay.
And I guess also my shield, because I don't use it anymore.
What are you doing? Do you want me to carry these for you?
I mean, I don't really need them, so they seem to suit you more now. It's better to have some weapon than no weapon.
Oh, okay. He just looks at you with a hopeful look.
I hate this. I hate that he likes me. Does Luck have any armor?
He has
Leather.
cobbled together leather armor.
Okay.
Should we maybe? I don't know who we're turning this into, but should we take one of their bodies as proof of the routing, or is this? And she kind of looks around the corner of the house where the snow, I assume, is probably spattered with a mingling of creatures' blood. Probably a good enough show.
This is probably enough. Before we leave, I'd like to check like the waterside area just for anything that like they might have left, like if they have like a nest or something, I don't know. Or like any trinkets that they might have had or something. Just sort of clearing it out before we leave, just to make sure.
Sorry, what was that? I was looking something up.
Before we leave, I'd like to go check the waterfront to just like see if they left anything behind or like have a nest or something here that might cause trouble later, or like if they had any trinkets or whatever.
Okay.
Just sort of clearing it out last minute before we leave to wrap up the quest.
You're definitely free to do so. You look them over. They don't really seem to have much of anything on them. They seem rather self-sufficient, just like little creature dudes. Maybe like some pieces of house, wires, chicken bones. Nothing too exciting.
About what I expected.
Also, you guys can see on this map, I have even added a transparent-ish layer to the water, so you guys can actually see down to the bottom.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yo,
Ow.
it's like real water.
I did some layer blending. It was rather fun.
What time of day is it by now? Like if we started in the morning.
You guys went. It was like midday, and it's now like I don't know. You guys spent literally like maybe like 30 seconds on the encounter.
Well, I guess we should go turn it in before it gets dark or late. I wouldn't want somebody else to see this and claim their work is ours.
You can all come with me then if you want, or go back. I don't think we all need to go if we don't want.
Might be good for all of us to take the credit for it.
Might seem a little bit more believable if we're all there.
Okay, I'll lead the gang back to, I guess, where I got the job from.
So, excuse me. Heading out to the riverfront where the Adventurers Guild is, or at least one of them. You guys head inside. You see some familiar faces creep as you do so. You go up to the counter, and there is a frosty-looking gnome. He's got like whitish blue hair, and it's kind of just all slicked up, sitting at the counter. And sees you all come in. Well, how can I help you all?
I will put the notice on the counter.
Ah, I see. So you've successfully gone and done this then?
Yep.
Alrighty. Let's see, you don't look familiar, so I'm assuming that you're all not associated with the guild yet or haven't signed in.
That is the case.
Do you have any proof of kill or any other manner of proof of work doing this work? He looks it over. Ah, fey creatures. There's a lot of problems with them around here.
Did we take anything? I don't remember.
Didn't say we grabbed the bodies, but we
No.
knew we have to. I think we would have done it.
I think Bep suggested it.
I suggested taking the bodies.
Oh.
Does my weapons have like any sort of sign that they've been used?
Yeah, I wouldn't have cleaned it
Holds up just weapons drenched in blood.
in Fey blood.
Okay. He looks over and he's like, well, it should be fine. Do you all live in the city?
We do now.
Ah, new to Coldwater, I see. Excellent, excellent. Well, that's fine. Here, let me just, he searches in his desk and he pulls out a set of forms, sets it on the table. Just fill out these forms real quick and put your address in. We'll go ahead and pay you out now. But if we find that the job was done to an unsatisfactory level, you'll be fined for not only the quest amount, but for an additional 10 gold for, well, reparations and, false claims, just as a deterrent. I'm sure you understand.
I nod, thinking back to all of the ones that escaped into the water, sweating profusely. I guess I'll fill out the form then.
Or
He
fuel
looks
a
you
can.
over and
Better hand.
he looks you over and he notices and he's like, everything okay there?
Yes, as my bone falls out.
Jesus.
You're looking rather nervous.
It's fine.
He just shrugs and he's like, all right. Well, we'll take that. He takes the paperwork and you're done. Alrighty here. And perfect. He reaches below the desk and he pulls out a sack of gold coin, sets it on the table. There you go. 25 gold pieces, as per the requests.
Much appreciated.
Okay, out of character. Very, very important question that we need to decide. Are we doing a party funds? And if so, who is keeping track of that? Because we can't all put 25 gold pieces in our inventory.
Be nice if we could.
Would be, but
I could. I mean, I assume we're gonna spend most of this on scrolls, right? We can get 2 scrolls with this.
we have to
Yeah.
get stuck a bow as well.
We
Yeah,
need
that's
to
true.
actually have a weapon. So at least a bow and and like a scroll or something.
Don't
Yeah.
you already have one of those scrolls?
Yeah, I have 1, but
Yeah.
Well, for the time being, who is going to keep track of that?
I can do it, I suppose.
Then that's your job.
And what were they? 3rd level scrolls, right?
I think 2nd level, right?
2nd level?
The ones that were 12 gold, I believe.
Yeah, the 2nd level. Okay. Yeah, the bow's 6, the scroll's 12. So together that's 18. You're just shy of enough for another one.
I will add my 7 gold pieces remaining to that to get the bow and 2 scrolls.
Okay.
Okay, I'm down to 2 gold, friends.
All right, we need to make more money.
So did we already
Cool.
spend all the money?
Yep, immediately. I literally picked it up off the counter and turned around to face you guys, and I had 2 gold left. I had less money than when we started.
I could have paid for some of that. Was looking at something.
It's fine. I will hand. I guess I'll give people some scrolls. I will give one to, I suppose, Spud and Calden, because they're like up in the thick of it.
Yeah, what kind of scroll is this again?
I believe it's a scroll of resist element.
Was it protection from energy?
Yep, protection from energy. That's the one. 2nd level spell scroll.
Yep. You guys want that because acid is bad, at least. So
That's
you've been
fair.
told.
And I'll ask: Does anyone have antidotes?
No, but we could always go see how much they cost. I'm not.
I will
completely
hand
broke.
everyone 1 antidote.
Oh, we have enough for everybody?
Yeah, and then I have 2 left over from giving you all 1.
Even
And-
Buck?
I'll give Thuck 1 too.
Is this a lesser antidote?
Lesser antidote. Yep.
How do scrolls work? Do we?
Scrolls can be used by anyone, right?
No, it must appear on your spellcasting list.
What is? Okay, I'll take all the scrolls back because I think I can cast it. Or
I
can
think you and
Fiola?
Fiola both do.
Okay, I'll give Fiola 1 then, and I'll keep.
What
2.
is we casting?
Scroll of protection from energy.
And how would
It's
I know
resist
if I can...
energy.
Oh.
You can go to the spell lists, and you can you can go to Archive and Ethos is the easiest way. Type in the spell name, look under the traditions, and if your tradition is in that list, then yes, that appears on your spell list, and you're able to cast it.
Okay, and can we put the spell name in the chat so I can type it right?
It's resist energy.
It's all traditions: arcane, divine, occult, and primal.
I'm not cast, so no spells.
Yeah.
I can
So
take some. How many do you hand to me?
1. We only have 3. I could give you 2 if you don't have much to do with your turns. I don't know.
And do I just have to handwrite these in as items?
Yeah. The best thing you can do is, yeah, that would be the best way, honestly. Or you can just put it in your pouch. Scroll of resist energy.
What level is it? 2?
Yep.
Second. Yeah.
Okay. And you're giving me 1.
Yep.
Okay. I found a workaround.
And then
I guess
will...
technically you could also put it in the actions tab. You'd have to copy and paste everything, but it's possible. This is a lot of work.
I just went in. So if you type in scroll in the compendium, it has items level 1 through 10 spell scroll.
Yep.
And then
then
I
you can
went
just,
in and edited. It says cast a spell, resist energy. Is how I
Yeah.
wrote it.
that is another way to do it.
And then I will show everybody the healing potions I have. I have the 2 minor healing potions and 1 lesser healing potion, just so everyone's aware of our resources.
If you guys want, I can make a loot tab in the in the Discord, so you guys can put that stuff there, or I can do a note on the Roll20. If you guys
Easier
want
to
to put
do.
like a group loot Discord. Okay.
I think it'd be easier.
That's
There already
fair.
Yeah.
There is already a loot,
Oh no.
so just put it in there.
So this is just gonna be like our total loot stuff.
It'd be a good place for it.
You can put group loot in there specifically. Like, you don't gotta put your whole inventory in there, obviously.
Everyone can benefit from. Good spot also for how much money we got.
Yes. I can put money in because Fiola, I think, has the most right now. So, but she's not gonna hoard it to herself.
If you guys want to do like a team inventory kind of deal, my recommendation, like if you want one person to hold all the gold or whatever, please put that on your character sheet because then that gets edited. It's much harder to edit loot on the Discord.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Everyone has minor healing potions, right?
Yep.
No.
I have 1.
I have one.
I just went for big damage. Who needs healing when I can stab things?
I mean, the
Extra
3 of us got free healing potions, I believe.
fair then.
Yeah.
So we have a total of 4 then. Because I have 2. And I think it's good for me to be holding on to a lot of most of our stuff because I have the thoughtful gift spell as well.
What does that do?
Just lets me transfer something from my hands to someone else's.
Oh, that's not that's not like something charity. The one where you cast a spell on someone and they're like, someone in need. Let me give them something valuable.
Alex's favorite spell.
Never got to use it.
You
I
never
really
did?
want
Well,
to.
you played like Morgan like 2 sessions.
There, I did, then just bounced. But yeah, it's a cool spell.
Only to come crawling back. All right, I'll be right back.
Yeah, and remember that using this stuff, you need an action to take it out of your bag and an action to use it, I believe.
Yep, unless you have a
Yes.
bandolier.
Yeah, I've got
Right.
most of it on my bandolier right now.
Do
Yeah.
scrolls go on bandoliers?
Well, potions do, or not bandolier. There's like a fucking like
No, yeah, bandoliers.
pouch thing. I don't know.
Potion
mean,
and stuff, and then
a
there's
potion
belt pouch.
and a bandolier are like the same shape.
Yeah, it's
Potion
inventory
and a
management stuff I
scroll.
never do.
Yeah.
This is the only system I manage inventory, because inventory management is mind-numbingly boring.
That's the good stuff, mate.
I cannot stand it. I can't stand carry weight, survival shit, managing rations. I can't.
It's always good to stock up on stuff beforehand.
That's fair.
The feeling of I'm prepared, even if you aren't.
And then you just never use it though, because you're you.
I'm gonna punch you right in your stupid face. I don't need you calling me out like this.
Yes, you do.
Listen, when we get to that final boss, I'm gonna have 100 potions, and what is he gonna do then? He's gonna die from my potions.
How?
He'll never be able to kill me because he'll be attacking me, and I'll just be standing there drinking potions.
Or you'll be just use a potion. Like I can't. I'm gonna go to the Pokemon Center soon.
Exactly.
Or you'll
But
be
what if-
sickened
what
and
if it's
unable to
like-
drink any potions.
Yeah. What if there's a hidden boss after this one? What if this one's not the final boss actually though? We should save it just in case.
There is a true ending.
Yeah.
You know, I will just say, potions are dirt cheap in the system, and if you're not utilizing them, you're wasting your time.
Yeah.
Real. They're
Also,
really good.
while you were gone, we were discussing. So putting potions in bandoliers eliminates the action to take them out, right?
No. It is one action to take it out if it's in a bandolier or pouch. It is 2 actions to take it out of your backpack.
Okay. And so potions go in bandoliers. I can put a scroll in a belt pouch.
I mean, either way works.
Okay.
Pouches and bandoliers have technically been removed from the game, as far as the rules are concerned.
Lame.
You now just have items considered to be on yourself. Like, you can have 2 tool sets as long as their bulk, I think, is not larger than 1 or 2. No, yeah, you can have 2 tool sets on you as long as both of their bulk does not equal 2 or more than 2. I mean, and you can technically have as many light items on yourself as you can physically carry.
Nice.
I like having belt pouches and bandoliers. It also just gives you something to easily click, so I just know where all your stuff is.
Indeed. Okay.
But yeah,
think
so the
we're
biggest
ready.
difference for as far as like the loot is concerned is if it's in your backpack, you need an interact action to take off the backpack and an interaction action to pull it out of your backpack. So it's more efficient. Essentially, all light items can just be in pockets on your body. The only time you don't want that is if you have an enemy who's a pickpocket, or if you're afraid that getting smashed is going to destroy your potions, which doesn't happen often, but there are some situations like, I think, the Shatter spell.
Oh, that would suck if you like stocked up on a bunch of potions. Someone just shattered you. Now you're just drenched.
That's
in
a double
valuable
check.
Magic.
No, never mind. Shatter only affects unattended objects, so you're good there. Huh, in this one, it actually isn't a damaging spell. It just affects objects.
Weird.
Oh, that's insane, though. So one of the benefits of Shatter, though, is it damages an object and ignores 4 of its hardness. Oh, no, sorry. It ignores the object's hardness if it's 4 or lower. which means it could be used for things like armor and shields, depending on their quality. You could destroy people's weapons with it as well.
But not if they're using them, right?
Correct. But say, for instance, you have a party member disarm them, you could then shatter the weapon if
That's
it's on the
pretty
ground.
I think we're as prepared as we will be for going into the place.
Okay.
Can rest for the night and then go start early in the morning.
Yep.
So, at least before we get into a new thing, I think I'm gonna hop out early. I feel like dog shit for some random reason. I need to lay down, man. I'm sorry to bounce at least like an hour early, but I cannot sit in my chair.
It's a good time to bounce.
I don't want to have to leave partway through something. I just need to lay down right now.
Okay. How's everyone else feeling then? Go ahead and do your thing, Alex. I'll let you know what your experience is.
Sorry about this, guys. Have a
No,
good-
it's fine. Take care.
No worries.
See y'all next week.
Good night.
See ya.
Wow, I didn't say it back.
I mean, we could keep playing. I don't want to keep going without, like, I don't want to get too far into it without Alex here, though, because I'm sure we'll have to do a lot of combat and stuff. That's just me, though.
Same here.
Sometimes games are short, and if we play a short game, that's fine.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, if you guys just want to... I mean, if there's any roleplay stuff I guess you want to do before you guys go to Froyov's... Let's see, Froyov's Wedge. That's what it is. We can do that now. Or otherwise, we can just do the session wrap-up. We'll have a short session today, which is not bad. I'm not feeling unwell, but like earlier when I decided to suddenly use the restroom, like that's been happening. So it's not necessarily a bad thing.
Sometimes we just have bad days.
Some days. Or maybe Alex just drinks too much. Who knows?
Likely.
I'm good with wrapping it up.
Yeah.
Okay, well, now's the time for sure, because once you guys start exploring, the next session is, or the next part anyway, I'll let you guys know ahead of time kind of how it's going to work. Granted, I'll probably re-explain it next time anyway. But it's going to be more like a theater of the mind kind of thing. You guys will be running into certain situations. There'll be skill checks. I'll be describing it to you. I have a bunch of visual aids to kind of show you guys some of the stuff I'm talking about and all that kind of stuff. So a lot of it is mostly just role-playing. We're not going to be doing like exploration mode or anything. As much as I would love to, the section of the city you guys are going into is massive. And even if I did a large map, I could not put enough detail into it to make it worth it to make a big map for it. And nor do I feel like making a ton of small maps for it. So it's just going to be you guys kind of going through a dilapidated part of the city, and there's going to be all kinds of fun stuff there. So it's going to be a lot of theater of the mind, a lot of like skill checks, avoiding hazards, all that kind of stuff. Kind of like a choose your own adventure kind of style, where I'll just be like,
Nice.
all right, you guys see this, what do you do?
Sounds good.
As much as I really wanted to make maps, because I've been making tons of maps lately, especially for the Fwoth mission that you guys just did. Like, I didn't need to make that map. It wasn't a very complex area. But I like giving you guys that visual representation. Plus, most of the feats in this game don't really work that well unless you have a map to crawl on.
I need to see things.
Yeah. So, definitely that's what the visual aids will be for. And, it'll be a lot of just creative storytelling. But that being said, let's go ahead and do XP.
Nice.
That is not my calculator. And I'll pull up Alex's sheet here. You guys are fresh on level 2, though, so it should be easy. All right, general interpretation. It is a short session, unfortunately. Not a lot of RP to be had. There was a little bit. I like some of the character interactions, at least during the fight and everything like that. I'll give you guys 10 experience points for that. I will also give you 20 experience points for being here today, since it's a shorter session. And let's see, you guys defeated 5 Fwoths. And they're a level below you, which means you guys get 150 experience for defeating the Fwoths.
Wowee.
Wasn't there 6 of them, not 5?
We
There
didn't
might have
kill them
been.
all, right?
We didn't kill
Yeah,
3.
Well, you guys
yeah,
will get
there was
experience as if you had defeated them,
Okay. Yeah, then
regardless.
I think there were 6. Because both groups took 2, and then there were 2 in the water.
There were 6, because
Yes.
originally I only saw 5.
You are correct. So, 180 experience for that then.
Whoa.
So y'all should be at 210.
Yeah.
Good ideas? No good ideas particularly. Mostly it was just you guys debating on whether you guys wanted to sneak up on them or whatever, and then failed the first sneak check, and then just did combat.
Listen, you take some baby adventurers, they gotta figure out how to do the adventuring properly.
That is fair. That is fair. It did work out in the end.
Yeah.
No difficult actions, other than, I guess, remembering how to play the game.
Which is a challenge.
It is a challenge. I admit sometimes I forget because I play too many different game systems. And so I'm like, yes, I'm trained in this. Oh, wait, no. In this system, being trained means I just don't take a penalty to the check. Okay. So, yeah, I get that. Let's see here. So, beyond that, we did combat awards. Most damage dealt goes
bet
to
that was Spud.
Caden.
Oh, Caden.
Oh.
I'm
Yeah.
pretty
Yo.
sure. Because he
He got some
shanked
really big
to... He
Alden
critted
did
in
get
the
some really
beginning.
good hits.
Yeah, Calden, I believe. He critted one early, took that one down, stabbed another one most of its health, and then came and backstabbed the other one for most of its health as well. Well, Spud, I think, did take one down and was working on the other one. And then you guys had 3 escape. So, yeah, that makes sense. Most damage taken actually goes to Spud, I believe.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's just 10.
Yes, every player award is 10. Utility award goes to Spud for blocking with your shield and your liberating step. You negated a fair amount of damage this time around, actually.
Whoa.
Face award technically goes to Vile for trying an intimidation. It didn't work, but
I
you're
talked
the only
to
one who
the-
tried.
Guild people.
You did. That's true. You did talk to the guild people. So, yeah, go ahead and take a player award for that.
Nice.
And the pity award. I think we'll go to Fiola. It was just not a very strong combat on your behalf, unfortunately.
No, I kept missing.
Kept missing, low damage rolls. I will say, and like as per like most tabletop systems, being a caster low level is rough no matter what you do. There's just something about low level casters that just don't do damage. But then eventually you'll just do a ton of damage, especially when your cantrips level up, because then they'll just do more damage than your standard attack does.
I feel the pain. Luckily, I made my character around not attacking.
It's true. Bane's a good spell. Bane's a
Bane
good
is
spell.
really good.
That Bane is pretty good when we can get a bunch of them in that aura at one time.
And they don't all roll above 20 every time.
Well, yeah, if they don't roll above 20 all the time, that's good.
Yeah, the Floths were strange. Well, their numbers were all over the place. They had some really good ones, some really bad ones. But their will saves were really high. Beyond that, any player nominations and or kudos?
Does Fuck get any? Because I remember you said he's gonna level up at like fixed intervals with us, right?
Right. I mean, you can kudo him all you want. He doesn't gain experience normally.
No, I don't.
I mean, he did
I don't
take
want
out
to.
the first dude for us,
No,
He
doesn't deserve
rocked
any
that
credit.
first dude real easy.
and then he
And-
broke his bow.
And then you allowed us to wig ourselves up.
No, he's not getting anything from this. You don't have to keep complimenting him.
No, he deserves it. Who knows how that fight would have gone if
Doesn't
we
deserve
had woken
anything.
up.
Yeah, we could have gotten our shit wrecked by fantasy crab geese.
Crab keys.
I hate that little gremlin.
I love him. It's perfect
He's
in every
our-
way.
Our boy.
Yeah, the Floth are very interesting enemies. They have a lot of skills. Surprisingly, a lot of enemies don't have a lot of like skill proficiencies, but they do.
They did some pretty cool stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't expect fantasy crab geese to be able to spellcast.
They don't do a
They're
lot. They can do like sleep, create water, and then they have a unique ability to just coat your face in water and drown you.
You.
Pretty cool.
But as you guys could tell, they were not very strong, and you guys kind of mopped the floor with them.
At least we didn't get mopped. That would have been sad.
That would have been sad. I was unsure. I'm still kind of in the phase of like poking and prodding this group's combat potential. But it seems that on that level up, you guys got a fair enough amount of stat boosts to put you on a pretty decent level.
Yeah, I feel like my combat abilities are like very dependent on the situation. Like if it's a serious situation, I'll like sit up in my chair and actually focus. And if it's something like this, I'm like, I don't know, let's try stuff.
Yeah, I mean, like, the thing is, the game system motivates you to do other things on your round, especially because the multi-attack penalty, -5 on the second one is already really rough, and -10 on the third. You might as well just do something else with that action if you can.
Yeah.
Or better yet, do something first and then do 2 other things. Like fainting is really good in general. Intimidation's really good. Taking cover behind objects if you're a ranged character is pretty good.
Yeah, I've discovered that in every combat, there's like a certain point, there's like a threshold where I remember that intimidation is a thing I can do and that it's also really good. Like halfway through, I'll be like, oh yeah, I have this and it's helpful. I'll use that.
Yeah, and that's it. Pathfinder is more complex than 5e by leaps and bounds, and so like even for me playing this game for as long as I have now, like 2 years at this point. Let's see, a year and a half at this point, right? Yes, a year and a half at this point, almost 2 years now. And the system's still relatively new. There's a lot of people who are still figuring stuff out. I remember just looking at a lot of things and being like, I don't like this. And then now that I know the system really well, I look at things and I'm like, oh my god, this is really good. Like bards. Bards are really good in this system. I didn't really like them too much at first, but then you realize bards can use performance for almost any kind of check. It's insane.
Wow.
They can use it. So one of the cool things about bards, if you take the Enigma bard, I believe, you get versatile performance, and you can use your performance skill for diplomacy checks to make an impression on someone, intimidation checks to demoralize someone, or impersonating someone with deception. And your proficiency in performance allows you to get feats that would otherwise require proficiency in those skills. So even if you're not trained in intimidation, you could take legendary feats in intimidation as long as you have legendary proficiency in performance.
That's real cool.
What?
That's insane, right? I just found that out recently looking them over, because I just said to myself, okay, you know what? I've gained a lot of system mastery since the last time I looked at this. So I'm going to look it over. And I looked it over, I'm like, oh my god, bards are really fucking cool, actually.
That is pretty cool.
There's a lot of the classes have a lot of hidden functionalities that once you learn. One thing that I was made aware of recently is the power attack. Power attack is one of those. It's an attack that you make that takes 2 actions, and all it does is add an extra damage die until you get higher levels. And at first you're like, well, I could just make 2 attacks and get that essentially extra damage die plus get the extra damage die plus you know, my modifier, like attack or whatever. Especially when you have a striking weapon, it becomes even less like obviously functional, because you only add 1 die when a second attack would just add, you know, 2 more essentially for a better weapon. But the thing is that the power attack is a weapon die. And what you'll learn is there's a lot of things in this game system that give you bonuses based on the number of weapon die you use. And so there's one that'll be like, you do extra damage on this attack based on the number of weapon die that you roll. Which means that power attack just gives you extra damage on top of the extra damage you're already doing for the attack. And because you don't have to risk missing with like a weaker attack in the round, like if you feint power attack, you can hit some really good damage numbers.
Wowee.
But another thing about Pathfinder as well is a lot of it is small number increments. You don't really realize how important something is until you realize how the math comes together.
Yeah.
But sorry, that's just me nerding out about the system, because I like a game system that allows you to make functionality in your character build by the choices you make.
I agree.
Another thing I found was really cool is using some martial arts in this game, whether you're a monk or not. As long as the martial art itself doesn't say you have to use a particular strike when you make a strike action, technically, if you have like natural weapons or something like that, you get your choice of your martial art attack or your natural weapon attack. I'm playing a changeling swashbuckler, and if I do the build the way I would like to do, I can have a rapier in my hand, be in the tiger stance, which gives you like bleeding claw attacks, and my character also has cold iron fingernails he can use against fey creatures. And so just doing that combo, I have 3 different attack types I can make in a given round.
Jesus.
And not only that, but because the hag claws are special, if I get like any bonuses to my hag claws, those apply to attempts to grapple people as well. So that functionality all kind of combines together into one very particular fighting style.
That's pretty cool.
But any other player nominations or kudos? Sorry, I got super sidetracked. I have been so into Pathfinder recently. It's a fun system to dive into.
It's snazzy. I'm liking it. I would like to kudos my good friend Potato over here for liberating my step.
That was pretty
welcome.
clutch.
You know what? Actually, I would just say that's a kudo, but for actually remembering your step action as a champion, for some reason champions just forget they can do that sometimes. So yeah, go ahead and take a player award for just remembering a function that everyone else seems to forget.
Even though I would have only taken 1 actual damage, it was
You just
still
took-
fine.
1 temporary hit point damage.
Indeed.
Hey, but every little bit counts, especially as a reaction since you get that every round.
This is true.
And I can use that as many times as I want a day.
And trust me, there'll be combats later that will make sure that you're using this skill as often as you can, or you guys will lose.
Nice.
I mean, there'll be a lot of things. A lot of you will be forced to use your abilities or lose, but I'll make sure it's not a, you're unaware kind of situation.
Indeed. Also, I realized something. Is my Divine Aegis skill just a worse version of my Warding Sign?
No, because it's a reaction, so you don't have to do it preemptively like you do with Forbidding Ward.
No,
And-
my Warding Sign. It's a different thing for my
Oh.
background.
Warding sign, yes. I think I remember. I think that's only for curses, though, but let me double check.
No, it says +2 circumstance bonus against saving throws and +3 against it if it's a curse.
I'll double check. You
I
might be right,
think
though.
it's a regular action. It might be, but
No, because if it's against a saving throw, typically... Well, let's see. Let me read it first before I make any assumptions. It's from the cursed background, right?
yes.
Ah, yes. So your warding sign is a frequency of once per minute. So it is better, but you get it once per combat.
I see. And then my Divine Aegis is just whenever, right?
Yes, I believe so.
Gotcha. Pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. Double check real quick.
And
Yep.
also, I think Warding Sign is only on the one that triggers it, and Divine Aegis is like for the rest of the turn, right? Until the start.
Yep,
of my
until the
next-
beginning of your next turn, correct.
Okay.
Granted, on average, you're not really going to get affected more than once. I mean, with the Fluff, it was kind of the thing because a lot of them were spellcasters. But typically, it doesn't have it. It's having
Yeah.
both is not a bad thing.
Yeah. I'm basically just making an unkillable character with all of these circumstance bonuses I'm getting.
Yeah, I mean, a dying unkillable character is definitely an aesthetic.
It is. Especially if I start getting more ooze morph stuff, because that just keeps adding to
God.
this.
The last thing I want to hear is more ooze morph stuff.
More ooze morph. That's all I want. Give me more.
More ooze. Any other nominations in our kudos?
I give kudos to Fiola for suggesting we don't break into someone's house.
For not
True,
being a
true.
criminal.
You
Being
know
the
what?
moral compass.
I
So
will say that's
we were
definitely.
totally gonna do it.
I'll definitely say that's a player word because I'm sorry, but you're definitely gonna have to be the mom of the group.
These
Mhm.
are
I'm sorry.
these are my boys, and that's okay.
I was 100% about to break into that house, and I think everyone was ready to follow me.
Yeah, you gotta remember people live here. I don't feel like we would get all of our money if the homeowner returned and was like, "Oh, my locks are all broken."
I mean,
Wow,
you
that's
could
what
have just
happens
attempted to
when
pick the luck.
not just blame it on the little boys. That's what
crab
happens when there's
geese?
an infestation, mate. They break stuff. Sorry, bud. Happened before we got here.
It's really easy to blame that kind of stuff on Faye, to be fair. That's
And we
also one
steal
of the
everything
things
they
I really
own.
like about this game. This city has so many Fae creatures in it. I just have every reason to use Fae creatures and encounters now.
Fae are so fun.
They are
Hell yeah.
perspectively fun, depending on which side of the pranks you're on.
That's
Fun
true.
as a DM? Yes, this is a cool interaction. Fun as a player? No, my player died because he was drowned by a crab seahorse.
No, that's good for me because it gives me more opportunities to use my circumstance bonuses against magic.
Actually, that reminds me as well. One of the other things that's really interesting about the system is there's so many hidden rules in like even spellcasting. Like if you're not careful and you're not like looking at it, you can miss how some classes can substitute some kind of spell components for others. Like bards can just use a instrument and play an instrument rather than gesticulating or vocally speaking a spell. I think I don't know if the witch had one. I know the sorcerer does. But it's okay for you guys. I'm here and I'm such a nerd on all the rules. I'll just remind you of all the fun stuff you can do.
That's fun.
I actually posted about, or I made a tweet about that earlier today. I was just like, you know what? Being the DM is actually just running a super long tutorial that's secretly disguised as a campaign, just to constantly remind your players of all the cool things they can do. Because in Pathfinder, for sure, it's definitely the case. I just am like looking, I'm like, oh hey, did you know that you actually have a really cool skill that can be used in these ways? Ah, like here's a good one. Um, the Oracle does not need to use a material component pouch when casting spells. So, even if you were looted of all your stuff, you could use most of your spells.
Wow.
You just have to have at least one hand free. But there's all kinds of small functionalities. I can't wait, and I can't wait to show you guys all the fun. You guys picked a really fun region for a lot of stuff because like the Winter Wolf is region specific. There's a lot of Winter Fae here, ice trolls, which they actually don't have in the book yet, but I'm sure eventually they will. And I can just
Can't
use
wait.
stats from prior systems. But it's very, and the city is very interesting. I never knew about Elgidhart until you guys picked this area and we started doing this game. So, you guys have given me an interesting city to work with, and the next area is going to be a lot of fun. I spent like a good hour before the session today just looking for references to different things.
Can't wait.
Damn.
But all right, we're gonna go ahead and end for the day. I've kept you guys long enough. Uh, but thank you all so much. And if you're watching, if you've not done so already, please follow to see more amazing content like this. We do a new slate every Wednesday, 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time to 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I'm also uploading these over at my YouTube. So go ahead and look up the Bad Luck Gamer over on YouTube to catch up if you're getting a little bit behind. And if you want to be part of the action, or if you want to possibly game with us in the future, go ahead and sign up in the Discord down below. And I always recruit there first for my games before going anywhere else. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and say goodnight and thank you to my players. But yeah, go ahead and say goodnight, everyone.
Good night,
Night.
everyone.
Good night.